Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's been a while since we've done another episode of the Managersim series. This is episode 57. This is due to many reasons. I was going to do an earlier episode a few days ago, but then realised that I was so close to end of the season, and also wanted to wait until the end of the European Cups before we actually decided to do an episode. So here we go. Here we've got the long overdue episode 57, which is the end of season review of the year. And first of all, we will look at the league table as it finally finished. And as you can see, there was no real surprise that Fritz's Kalmar side became league winners. It seems any side that Fritz takes over, he gets the right players, they do the right job, and they finish top of the league. He has told us though that he's going to be busy in the next few weeks, so he will not make any more serious changes to Kalmar for the next season. So that will give all the other 13 sides a chance to maybe catch up to him, but we'll wait and see if that's going to happen. So if Kalmar finished top of the table with 65 points, then there was a good old race between Örebro, Elfsborg and Gothenburg for quite a long time. Gothenburg had a bit of a history because if you go into Gothenburg's side, they actually lost their manager. Um, Michael got fired and he's now moved over to Norway. So good luck to Norway, Michael, and thanks for your time over here. And that meant that Dave, who was the manager of Trelleborg, moved over to Gothenburg in the beginning of March. So Dave's now the new manager of Gothenburg, and he they finished fourth, which means that Kalmar, Örebro, Helsingborg, and Gothenburg will all be in the European Cup next year, or Champions League, sorry. Örebro, I think, finished runners-up, which was a surprise. So congratulations to Morton. They had an amazing season, which we will find out more about later. Mike's Helsingborg finished third. Dave's Gothenburg fourth. And then Burnham's Hammarby, the former league champions of 2 seasons ago, were top in the UEFA Cup. They top in UEFA Cup in fifth place. And then a bit of a gap with Halmstad and Andre finishing sixth. Andy and VF finishing seventh by virtue of goal difference over my Elfsborg side, who kind of had a mini recovery during the end of the season, and we pipped K's Malmo side into a ninth place. And now K was hoping to get the extra European place if Örebro did well in the UEFA Cup, and we'll go back to that very soon. What actually happened in that? We'll do an international cup update very soon. Trelleborg then finished 10th, and as you can see, Trelleborg have now got a new manager, Eric Brunjo, who is a very good manager himself. So he's going to probably make Trelleborg into a really good side. So welcome, Eric. Eric, just let me know if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. So that he's actually, I just didn't notice that. So he must be pretty recent. Yeah, okay, a few ticks ago. Okay, so welcome. We've got back to our 10 managers, which is amazing to see. And then we got the 4 computer sides bottom with Tregarden. Former champs AK just avoided relegation, which would have been a bit of an embarrassment. Even though there's actually no relegation, they'll lose all their top players of the relegation clause. And Allcorping and Allgut were the bottom 2. So the match form over the last recent games saw Halmstad go up, best on form. Kalmar had a shock defeat a few games ago, but they were second in form. And then you can see all their sides. My Elfsborg side, we had a really hit and miss end, but we went back to a different formation, which kind of worked. To not really didn't help Malmo much though, because we were recovering with good form, but Malmo didn't. They had 2 more defeats to our. Oh no, we had exactly the same form there enough, but we had 3 wins to their 1 win. That's why we eventually got into Europe. Yeah. So the good news is that Elfsborg are into Europe next year. We're in the Toto Cup, which is the first time I've been in the Toto Cup for a very long time. So I am looking forward to that, see what we're going to be like. Just checking something first. Yes, it's still saving. Sometimes my streaming software mucks up things, but it's not today. So it's going to be interesting what next season's going to be. It's December the 23rd as I'm doing this, so happy Christmas everyone who's watching this, by the way, after I just recorded this. Hope you have a great festive period. Be interesting to see what's going to happen, because originally the game was going to end on December the 31st. That is now only 8 days away, but I think it's likely that this game will carry on for another month at least. So we'll have chance to have another, I guess, 2 seasons, maybe 2 or 3 more seasons. We'll wait and see. So as we annually do in this end of season reviews, we will go and look at some of these charts over here and see who were the top players. So let's make the screen a little bit bigger for you guys. Please also excuse me, I'm a little bit under the weather. I've got a bit of a cough, but hopefully that won't cough too much in this stream. So, top scorer of the world goes to this guy here, Bowman at Kalmar, with 23 league goals. Oops, it's a bit huge now, isn't it? Let's go back down there. There you go. You can see he's got amazing stats. He's had 29 appearances, 25 goals. He's a Swedish international. He's going to be around for a long time. He scored more goals than my whole team has. Elfsborg, we managed to score 21 goals in the end. We actually had a 3-0 win in a league game, which was most goals we scored for a long time. Second top scorer was this guy here, which was from Hammarby, Adrian Braithwaite. Bit of a drop there down to 15. And you can see he's had some amazing stats as well. He scored 24 league goals for the rest of the whole season. 12, he scored 9 goals in the UEFA Cup and 15 in the league. And then we had a drop to Ramos, Holman at Gothenburg, Fragiti, Ekdet, Binge. I'll be very surprised if I see any of my Elfsborg scorers here. No, there's none here. Thought not. Top assists then. Top of the charts, and the assist chart goes to most of these Gothenburg players. I have got an Elfsborg player there. Whee! He's my defender as well. So top assist player, not many assists really in this season. Went to this bloke, Jan Dahlberg, another Swedish international at Gothenburg. 6 assists, 7 in total. And he's a defender, and yeah, he's very good, as you can see there. 22 caps for the side, Swedish national side, including 2 assists for them. So he's doing very well. We won't go for any more because there's not really any big facts. Man of the match award, Dahlberg again. So no point shown. Oops, oh, is that right? Man of the match, no, it's Bowman. Bowman, which we've shown already. With 6, with Kandag, Orebro and Braithwaite. Kandag, we haven't seen yet, it's Orebro. He's a Turkish international defender, 18 caps, yeah, good season. Average well over 6.8, which is good for a season. Really anything over 6.8 average for a season is really good. Best rating now, this is an interesting thing. The best rating overall, all players this goes to. So, Dahlqvist, Norrköping again. Oh, Norrköping. Okay, but he's only had 4 games, so that does not count. It has to have more than at least 10 games. Gray McKenzie, he's had 22 games, 4 assists, 4 goals, 3 assists. So at Malmo, so he's probably had the best ratings. He's a Scottish international, 10 caps, and very good stats. So good little victory there for K in Malmo. They've actually won something with the best average rating of the season goes to this guy here. And then you see one of my players is there, Jay Walk, but I know Jay only played 10 games, so he's right on the bare minimum. Available for loan, by the way, anyone. Really good player. Amazing secondary stats. I am trying to develop him more. He's a Scottish international, 5 caps, 2 goals. So I will play him more next season. And then we got some good stats from this Vero King at Halmstad. He's a English player. Pretty good, 7.6. And then Frosserband at Hammarby. Oh, he's only played 4, it doesn't count. Mobeck, 33 games, yeah, he's the next one then. Another Swedish player. Yeah, all very good. So when they'll split that up into ratings for various positions. Best keeper, well, we've got 2 from the lowest, the actual computerized side. So it'd be interesting to see. So yeah, this does actually count. So the best keeper was this keeper at Norrköping, surprisingly enough. Even though they finished really low in the league, he must have prevented other goals going in. Conceded 44 goals and his best keeper. My God, that must show how crap they were. And then we've got the ARK keeper. He's the next best. Oh, wow. I'm surprised he hasn't been headhunted yet. This keeper is really good. ARK, so people could try get him. He's also got leader type skills, so he could be a captain. 24 years old, be an ideal captain for the side. He's a Swedish national, 5 caps. Let's just go down. ARK had 2 keepers in there, and yeah, this one 9 caps. So ARK got really 2 good keepers. I'm amazed they haven't been headhunted. Any human match sides? Settisberg at Hammarby, 6.8. Yep. Swedish international goalie. 12 appearances. He's only conceded 2. Yeah, really good. So I would say he's the top one, really. And then my keeper, Donescu, 15 caps. He's my Romanian. Oh, he's done really well. I put him more in his side, and his keeping stat has risen from 94 up to 99. So he has turned into our main keeper, and he's only 21 years old, so he's great. We go to defenders now. Best defenders, two at 7.4. Scott Young at Helsingborg, one of Mike's players, and yes, he's very good. English international, 2 caps, only 19 years old. Average rating 7.4, 3 goals, 5 assists. Yeah, all around very good, and leader as well. Then we got the player at Ograt. I'll probably pronounce that wrong. Chiba, Japanese. Now, if Japan were in the game, he probably would have been a Japanese international. He was one of my former players as well, so he's done really well at Ograt, so that's good on him. So we now go to midfielders. Top was at Dahlqvist at Norrköping. This is definitely turning into, oh well, Dahlqvist has only had 4 appearances, so again, he doesn't count. So Mackenzie at 7.7 is the top midfielder, and we've already talked about him. Then we got Walk, my J Walk. Then got Theodore King at Halmstad, and yeah, and then Fosserband at Hammarby. So some of these players, Fosserband's only had 4 games, so he doesn't count. Now strikers, Mackenzie again. So it looks like Mackenzie's is turning into the Player of the Year award with all-round very good stats. So okay, there you go. Player of the Year award goes to Mackenzie. Then we got the same sort of players. Then we got this player here, Chizovic. He's a striker, but you can see by the stats he wasn't played as a striker. He was played more like his midfield role because he's only scored 1 goal, so that doesn't really count. So then Sonderquist at Malmo. Oh wow, amazing stats. Amazing stats, but he's only scored 8 goals, to be honest. But he's got 100 shot, 100 heading, but I suppose, yeah, his secondary stats are not so good, the 60s. But there you go. And so we now go to, we go back to best rating overall. So I would probably say that Graham Mackenzie is the best player overall of the season. So congrats again to KM Malmo. With second goes to Theodore King at Halmstad. And third, trying to find the next top player here for you. Third would be Mo Beck at Hammarby. Scott Young at Helsingborg. There's quite a few of them actually. Trying to go through them all. That player there, who I can't pronounce, the Czech midfielder at Kalmar, international, 7 caps. Jazovic, which was seen. So this is joint 4th, and Kilber. So yeah, let's go back. Graham Mackenzie, I would say, is the top player of the year because he's leading many charts. Now let's go to the naughty boys, as I call them. This is most disciplinary points. Anyone noticeably big? Oh God, we got 2. Yes, these are guys who got booked regularly. So Kevin Potter is the Vinnie Jones Award of the year. Now, English-speaking people know who Vinnie Jones is and probably would agree with me. If they don't, Vinnie Jones was a well-known bad boy turned into a TV actor. He's actually a really nice guy as well. But look on Vinnie Jones for Wikipedia. He used to play for Wimbledon in the 80s, and he was one of the members of the side that beat Liverpool in the 1980. I don't know what year it was actually. The year they beat Liverpool 1-0 by penalty. Bit of a shock. Oh no, it wasn't a penalty. It was a header, wasn't it, by Sanchez? That's it. So Kevin Potter is the bad boy Vinnie Jones Award with 65 disciplinary points. Doesn't actually show how many times. It shows we know he got booked 65 disciplinary points, but it doesn't actually show you the 65 disciplinary points here, surprisingly. How many bookings he's got, but it's in the charts there, 65, so I think something like 5 points for a red card or something. Joint top with this bloke here at Trelleborg, Portuguese. Very good stats again. 7.3 rating, leader type, but he gets sent off a lot, so not exactly the best. So he's probably a hot-headed future captain. Joint third will go to Almerg at Almergen. I cannot pronounce the names. At Hammarby, another good player. Swedish international youngster. Yeah, you can see where Burnham's got a really good internationals in the side, and Torma at Norrköping. And then finally, highest wage. Highest wage at the end of this season is this player at Djurgården, the computer side. 177,000 a week. Wow. What's the highest non-computer side? So we have to go down a list where my arrow is pointing. All these are computer sides, which is amazing. There we go. It's Malmo. Ergo Kovermans at 100,000. He's the highest waged player in the league, managed by a human. And looks like he's only just joined as well. Yeah, for 76,000 from Utrecht. So I hope he's value for money, because his secondary stats are really impressive. So hopefully K has done wise there. And any others? Who's second in our list? It'd be this guy here. At Elmstad, Lazarus Morris, the second highest wage player at 96,000. So that's the league. So congratulations to Fritz and Kalmar. Let's hope next season, season 3, will be a little bit more close, and let's hope some of the other sides, like VF, Elfsborg, Malmö, Trelleborg, for instance, do have a really good season. Let's make it a lot more competitive. It'll be interesting to see how the new guy at Trelleborg does, Eric. And if you're new to the Managersim series, and welcome, you can still come and join us, because we've still got 4 clubs here which are not being taken by anyone, including the former champions AIK, who have got some really good players there. And I'm amazed not many have actually been headhunted and bought by other players. Just one looks like it. This guy here went to Aston Villa, who were it was a computer side, so okay. So let's do my overall stats for my Elfsborg side, because the Managersim series did originally start as an Elfsborg save, and it still is. We didn't score many goals. That was our problem. We had a really topsy-turvy season. We had a really bad start. I think after 8 games we lost 7, something like that. But we did recover. I tried a different formation, which kind of backfired, and I tried another formation, and that kind of worked. So we quickly go into my Elfsborg side. I'm still waiting for my 80,000 K stadium to be built. It's been nearly 1.5 seasons now. I've only got a couple more months to wait now, so that's good news, and that will help my income come in. Yeah, 22nd November. So that will help my income come in. I've got to wait another 5 months, I think. We've got plenty of money in the bank. Our board, middle of the table, hopefully that'll stay as it is, because I think we reached our board game. Hopefully they don't ask us for #1 position, because that'd be totally unfair. We'll have to wait and see what the board expectations will be for the new season, which won't be for a couple of weeks, I think, in real time. Probably two or so weeks. Here's my players, what they look like then at the end of this season. We've had quite a few hit and misses. Danescu is now coming in as our full-time #1 goalie. We've got an interesting good back 4. Overall, the side is much stronger than it was beginning of the season, which is good, and I'm in a good healthy position as well. I've got no real shocks, no real players wanting to leave. Iskarsson, who was doing really well in our season, has kind of been falling behind with everyone else, which is no real surprise. Buki has been playing very well, but he's been injured a lot. If you look at our average ratings, we're mostly in the 6s, which is average, not brilliant. We've got some 7s, which is really good. No one really stands out as a real top rating, except I think our top rated player, if I'm trying to see if it's over 20 odd games, would be 2 players. Would be this player here, Konstantinou, our Greek international. He's had 4 caps, 4 goals. He's probably turning into our better player than Buki now. He's had our best average season. And also looking Kallström. Kallström had a bit of a recovery. He's the only remaining player from the very first episode when we had Elfsborg. So there you go. He's our long-term survivor. Look, he's been here since 2005, so he's been here for 6 seasons, and I've been manager for I think 4 of them. And he's the only survivor. So if you go back to episodes, I think 3, 4 or 5 or something like that, you'll see him in there, and virtually no one else that you'll recognise. Buki again. Buki is still doing well, but yeah, as you can see, Konstantinou, I can never say his name, stats are actually better than Buki's now. So that's a bit of a turn of tables. So how we did for the actual scoring charts. as we only scored 21 goals the whole season, we didn't really score that many. And our top scorer was this guy here with just 5 goals. I'm hoping that will improve next season. Elman had been hit by injuries a lot, hence why he's only played 13 games. He scored 4 goals though, so he would have gone over, I think. Assists wise, we've had only three, not worth really talking about, and we've talked about average ratings. Miscellaneous now. Yeah, most of our side's happy, and the cards. Not too bad overall. We're not really a heavy, hard-hitting side. There you go. That's what our side looks like at the April 23rd, 2011. So we'll finally now go to the internationals review. I'm just checking my screen's working again, because sometimes it plays up. It's 20 minutes. Well, I knew this was going to be a bit of a longer episode. We'll skip straight to the UEFA Cup. Now, if you try to ignore the first screen you see, because we're not going straight to that, I'm trying to do it really quickly. So here we go. Round 3. Yeah. Now, let's just remember which round we were at. I think we were at round 4, weren't we? Just remember here. No, we were further than that. That's it. We were at the quarterfinals last time we chatted. So Orebro beat Southampton, which was a really good win against a good English side, 6-0 in aggregate. We lost Helsingborg to Napoli, but Napoli are a really strong Italian side. More about them later. Helsingborg lost 2-0 in aggregate. Napoli are always up there with Milan in the Italian leagues, and they are a very good side. As you can see here, especially they got players like this guy here, and they got loads of hundreds. I still think basically the game has got too many 100 skill players. That's for all game worlds. We got some sides that are too good nowadays, like the Milan side, but more about Milan in this game world later. Yes, I am saying that a lot. Trelleborg beat Nantes 2-1 on aggregate. They beat them first 2-0 at home, then lost 1-0. Bit nervy bum time moment there, but they held on and it didn't go to extra time. So well done to Trelleborg there. And then in the Swedish tie, because it was going to happen because we had 6 Swedish stars in 8 places. Hammarby beat Gothenburg 5-2 on aggregate. So Hammarby went through and burned them. I think this could have been when Gothenburg didn't have a manager. I have to remember that. So into the semi-finals, and Napoli beat Hammarby 4-1 on aggregate. And Orebro beat Trelleborg 6-0 on aggregate. So the final ended up being Napoli against Orebro. Now, remember K at Malmo and his league position where he was. He was 9th, sorry. And so he was going to miss out on Europe. But if Orebro won, then that UEFA space would have been open to the next Swedish side. I think that's how it goes. And that would have been, VF would have got the UEFA Cup place, Elfsborg will stay at Toto, and K would have had a Toto place, which he won, I think, 2 seasons ago. And then he went and won UEFA Cup. But this is what actually happened in the final. Napoli actually beat Orebro, but only 2-1. So Morton did his best, but sadly Napoli won in 91st minute as well. Wow. So stoppage time they won. So Orebro really did really well. And look at the amazing stats. They were just unlucky they lost that. That was really unfortunate they lost that because they deserved to win it. But still getting to UEFA Cup finalists is still really good. So sadly K missed out on his European place. So we go to the Champions League briefly. The quarterfinalists were Liverpool, Milan, Foggia and Tivoli. So again, Italy in this game world are extremely strong. In the semi-finals, Milan beat Foggia 2-0. Again, Milan were the Champions League holders for the last 6 or 7 seasons. Well, as you will see, they lost their crown to Liverpool. Liverpool beat them 2-0 in the Champions League final. And well, congratulations to Liverpool and Fran. Yeah, that name seems familiar. And I think that's the is that the first time? Yeah, it was a repeat of last season's final, which they lost, and so they won this year. And so that's the first time Milan, I think, have lost a Champions League final for quite a while, I think. But again, Mike's doing an amazing job at Milan, and sometimes you don't win them all. In my case, at Elfsborg, I don't win many. um, so that's it. That's the review. End of the season. So congratulations again to Fritz and Kalmar. Let's hope the next season is going to be a bit more closer. Let's hope Elfsborg score more goals. As the pre-season starts, we will. I would like to know if anyone what the board expectations are. A little bit more interaction with some of the managers because this season has been pretty quiet, to be honest. Um, I've been busy as well, so it's not. Yeah, I need to be a bit more active in this league, but I only do updates when they need to be done. There's no Donut Cup. I'm far too busy doing other things, I'm afraid. I'm starting a Football Manager 20 stream on Twitch, which is going pretty well. So you're all welcome to come and watch me do some live streaming there. And yeah, thanks for everyone taking part in this season. Hope you have enjoyed these episodes. And let's see what next season turns out to be. Let's try to stop Kalmar winning it again. Oh, well, let's stop Fritz winning it again. Because no matter what side Fritz goes to, he finds the right players, all multi-skilled players, and they win. Gets a little bit boring. And congratulations to Morton. I think Team of the Year probably would go to, if we had Player of the Year being Mackenzie, I think Team of the Year would be Orebro because they reached the UEFA Cup semi-finals and they finished league runners-up as well. So congratulations to Morton and Orebro for winning my Team of the Year. And of course, Player of the Year was that Mackenzie guy at Malmo. So that's it, everyone. It's 2 days before Christmas, so I wish everyone a happy Christmas and a merry festive new year. Next update will be in quite a few days' time, probably in a week or so, when we're close to pre-season. If there's anything else you want me to talk about on here, then please let me know. So thanks everyone, and I'll speak to you all very soon. Donut Donny signing off.